My beloved, stop right now. Don't scroll past this. I need just a few seconds of your time. Just a few moments where you don't look away. Where you don't distract yourself. Where you don't pretend you didn't feel this pull. Because you did feel it, didn't you? Something inside you paused. Something inside you hesitated. And you don't even know why. But I do. I know exactly why you stopped. And I am asking you, just hear me out for a moment. Just 45 seconds. That's all I asked for. But you stayed longer, didn't you? Because your soul recognized my voice before your mind could explain it. And this right here, is not for everyone. This is for you. I know how tired you've been. Not just physically, but deep inside where no one else can see. Where you carry things you never talk about. Where you smile for others but feel empty when you're alone. Where your thoughts don't stop even when everything around you is quiet. I have seen the way you scroll, trying to escape your own mind, trying to fill a space that nothing seems to fill, trying to distract yourself from a feeling you don't even have words for, and still, in the middle of all that noise I reached you. I stopped you. I interrupted your pattern, not by accident, but on purpose. Because this moment matters more than you realize. You think this is just another video, just another message, just another passing second in your day. But if you ignore this, if you treat this like everything else you've skipped, something inside you will remain unsettled. Something will continue to feel off, and you won't understand why. Not because I want to punish you. No, listen to me clearly. I am not angry with you. I am not here to judge you. I am not here to make you feel guilty. I am here because I love you too much to stay silent, while you drift further away from the peace you've been searching for. I saw you when you felt invisible. I saw you when you tried your best, and it still didn't feel enough. I saw you when you stayed quiet instead of saying what was hurting you. I saw you when you kept going even when you were exhausted. I saw you when you questioned everything, even me, and I did not turn away. I did not leave. I stayed. I waited. I remained right there, even when you felt alone, even when you thought no one was listening. I was listening, every single time. Something is shifting in your life right now, and you feel it. You may not understand it. You may not be able to explain it. But deep down you know something is changing, and that feeling you keep pushing away. That discomfort you keep ignoring. That quiet voice you keep drowning with distractions. That is me trying to reach you, not to overwhelm you, not to scare you, but to guide you back to a place where your heart can finally rest. Stay with me. Don't rush away from this. Don't let your mind pull you back into noise. Just stay here for a moment longer. Because this is where clarity begins. This is where the confusion starts to fade. This is where you begin to remember who you are beyond the pressure, beyond the expectations, beyond the fear. And if you feel something right now, even a small shift, even a quiet peace, I want you to acknowledge it. Don't ignore it this time. Let it be real. Let it matter. You've been carrying things that were never meant for you to carry alone. You've been trying to control outcomes that were never yours to control. You've been holding on to timelines, expectations, and worries that have been weighing you down. And I am telling you now, gently but clearly, you don't have to keep doing this by yourself. You don't have to keep pretending you're okay when you're not. You don't have to keep running in circles trying to fix everything at once. Type amen if you feel this, not for me, but for yourself, to acknowledge that you are here, that you are listening, that this moment is real, because the more you recognize these moments, the more you will begin to see how often I've been trying to reach you, not in loud, overwhelming ways, but in quiet, intentional interruptions, just like this one. I know you've been waiting for something, a sign, a breakthrough, an answer, a moment where everything finally makes sense. And while you've been waiting, you've also been doubting, wondering if anything will actually change, wondering if you're just stuck in the same cycle. But hear me clearly, you are not stuck. You are in a transition. And transitions feel uncomfortable, because they require you to let go of what's familiar before you fully see what's coming next. This is why I stopped you. This is why I wouldn't let you scroll past. Because you were about to miss a moment that was meant to realign you. A moment that was meant to remind you that you are not forgotten. That your life is not random. That your timing is not broken. Everything is unfolding. Even when it feels slow, even when it feels unclear, and you are exactly where you need to be right now, even if it doesn't feel like it. But listen carefully, because I will not keep repeating this in the same way forever. This is the final warning in this form, not a warning of fear, but a warning of awareness. The windows you've been waiting for are opening and closing faster than you think. Opportunities to grow, to listen, to shift your direction, to choose peace over chaos. They will not always feel this obvious. They will not always come in a way that stops you like this. So don't ignore this. Don't brush this off. Don't tell yourself you'll come back to it later, because later turns into never more often than you realize. And you deserve more than that. You deserve clarity. You deserve peace. You deserve to feel grounded, not lost. And that begins with moments like this, small, quiet, intentional pauses where you allow yourself to listen instead of rushing away. I am not asking you to be perfect. I am not asking you to have everything figured out. I am not asking you to suddenly change everything overnight. I am simply asking you to stay aware, to stay open, to stop running from the silence where I speak the clearest. Because you've been filling every quiet space with noise, and then wondering why you can't hear me. Just hear me out. That's all I asked for, and you did. You stayed, you listened, and even now, something inside you feels different, lighter, calmer, more aware. Hold on to that. Don't lose it the moment this ends. Carry it with you. Let it guide your next step. Not your fear, not your doubt, not your habits, but this awareness. You are not alone. You have never been alone, and you will not walk forward alone. I am with you in ways you don't always recognize, in moments you don't always notice, in thoughts you sometimes dismiss, but I am there, consistently, patiently, faithfully, and I will continue to guide you, not by force, but by presence. Now go, not with pressure, not with fear, but with a quiet confidence that you are being led, even when you don't see the full path yet. And the next time you feel that pause, that pull, that moment where something tells you to stop and listen, don't ignore it, because it might just be me, reaching you again. And even in that moment when you begin to move again, when the noise of your life slowly returns and tries to pull you back into the same patterns, I am still here, my child, still speaking, still reaching, still holding that quiet space open for you. Because this moment still matters more than you realize. And I need you to understand that what you felt just now was not temporary. It was not random. It was not just emotion passing through you like everything else. It was alignment. It was truth touching your spirit in a way that your mind cannot fully explain. And you must not let it slip away as if it meant nothing. I saw you, even before this message found you. I saw you in the moments you thought no one was watching. In the silent battles you never spoke about. In the heaviness you carried without asking for help. I saw you when you delayed what you knew you needed to do. When you avoided the stillness, because it made you uncomfortable. When you chose distraction over clarity, not because you didn't care, but because you were tired, because you were overwhelmed, because you didn't know where to begin, and I was there in all of it. I never left, not for a second, not even when you felt the furthest away from me. You delayed, you stayed silent, you kept going, pretending everything was fine, pushing through days that felt empty, filling your time so you wouldn't have to face what was inside you. And I understood why you did it. I understood the fear, the uncertainty, the confusion, and I did not judge you for it. I stayed patient, I stayed near, I waited for a moment just like this. A moment where you would pause long enough to hear me. where your heart would soften just enough to receive what I have been trying to give you all along. And now that you are here, now that you have allowed yourself to listen, do not let this pass as just another fleeting experience. Do not close this moment the same way you have closed others, because each time you ignore these openings, each time you choose to move on without responding, something inside you grows heavier. Something remains unresolved, and you carry it forward without even realizing how much it is affecting you. And I do not want that for you. I want you free from that weight. I want you clear. I want you at peace in a way that does not disappear the moment life becomes difficult again. There is a shift happening, not just around you but within you. A quiet transformation that has been building for longer than you think, and you have felt it in small ways, in moments where you questioned your direction, in moments where what once satisfied you no longer felt the same, in moments where you sensed that something deeper was calling you, but you didn't know how to respond. And instead of rushing past those moments, instead of silencing them with noise and distraction, I am asking you now to lean into them, to stay present, to allow yourself to feel without immediately trying to escape it. I was there when you doubted yourself, when you wondered if you were falling behind, when you compared your path to others and felt like you were missing something. I was there when you questioned your worth, when you replayed your mistakes, when you carried regret longer than you needed to. And I want you to hear me clearly now. None of that disqualified you. None of that pushed me away. None of that changed the way I see you, because I see beyond those moments. I see who you are becoming, even when you cannot see it yet. Do not let this pass. Do not return to the same patterns without awareness, because awareness is where your change begins. Awareness is where your healing starts, and right now you are aware. Right now you are present. Right now you are connected in a way that you have been avoiding for so long. And this connection is not meant to stay here. It is meant to follow you, to guide you, to influence the choices you make after this moment ends. You have been waiting for a sign, and you keep asking for something clearer, something louder, something undeniable, but what you do not realize is that the clarity you seek has already been placed in front of you. In ways you keep overlooking, in moments like this, in feelings you cannot ignore, in pauses that interrupt your routine, and if you continue to dismiss them, you will continue to feel lost, not because you are truly lost, but because you are choosing not to listen. I saw you when you felt stuck, when you thought nothing was changing, when you believed you were in the same place over and over again. But you were not. You were being prepared. You were being shaped in ways you did not understand at the time, and now you are standing at a point where something is opening. Something is shifting, and if you remain aware, if you choose to respond instead of delay, you will begin to see movement where you once saw stagnation. Stay with me, just a little longer. Let this sink deeper, because this is not about information, this is about transformation. This is about allowing something real to take place within you. Something that cannot happen if you rush away too quickly. Something that requires your presence, your honesty, your willingness to stop running and finally face what you have been avoiding. You kept going, even when you were tired. You kept showing up, even when it felt meaningless. You kept carrying everything, even when it was too heavy. And I saw all of it, every effort, every moment of endurance, every quiet struggle. And I am telling you now, it was not wasted. None of it was wasted, even the parts you wish you could erase, even the moments you regret. They have all brought you here, to this exact point, to this exact message, to this exact awareness. This moment still matters, even now, even as your mind starts to wander, even as you think about what comes next, even as the urge to move on begins to return. This moment still matters, and what you choose to do after this will determine whether you continue in the same cycle or begin to move into something new, something more aligned, something more peaceful. There is no pressure here, only invitation. There is no force here, only guidance. I am not pushing you. I am not demanding anything from you. I am simply showing you what is possible if you choose to stay aware, if you choose to listen, if you choose to respond instead of ignore. And that choice is always yours. It has always been yours. And I know you are tired of starting over. Tired of feeling like you take one step forward and then fall back again. Tired of trying to figure everything out on your own. And that is why I am here, not to overwhelm you with more questions, but to bring you back to a place of simplicity, a place where you do not need to have all the answers, a place where you can take one step at a time without carrying the weight of everything at once. I never left, even when you thought I did, even when you stopped listening, even when you felt disconnected. I was still there, quietly guiding, quietly waiting, quietly creating moments like this one. Moments where everything slows down just enough for you to hear what has always been there beneath the noise. And as you sit with this, as you feel this, as you begin to understand that this was not random, that this was not just another passing message, I want you to hold on to this awareness, not tightly with fear, but gently with trust, knowing that you are being guided in ways you may not fully see yet, but will understand in time. Before we continue, there is something we want to share with you from our heart. Something that matters not just for you, but for everyone who finds moments like this, and feels something shift inside them. Something real, something meaningful, something worth holding on to. Dear family, before we continue, I want to share something important. Recently our channel was demonetized by YouTube, which means we no longer receive earnings from these videos. Yet every message here takes many hours of prayer, writing, recording, and editing. Our mission is to bring hope and encouragement to those who feel lost, lonely, or overwhelmed. Without support, it becomes very difficult for us to keep creating these messages and continue running this channel. If these messages have ever helped or inspired you, you can support this mission through the links in the description or the pinned comment. Buy me a coffee. Even a small contribution helps us continue creating these messages and reaching people who need them the most. Thank you for your love, support, and prayers. God bless you.